welcome in on a Tuesday, the Ken's 5 Digital Center. Bill Taylor here live and ready to go on a Tuesday night. Hope you're having a great evening. Hopefully you're having a blessed night. 86 today. That's exactly where we should be this time of year. Couple of 90s on the map. Haven't seen those in a while. Pearsall, Cotulla, Gonzales hits 91. It's going to be a little bit warmer next couple of afternoons, so I think we'll see a few more of those 90s. I bet you Pleasanton and Hondo are there for sure. Uvalde will be close. Eagle Pass had a little rain in the area today, so that 88 could have actually been a little bit warmer. There was actually some rain. I'll show you that too. How's everybody doing? There's Ann. What's happening, Ann? Good to see you. Bigger story today. Hey, Brian, what's going on? All is good. Yes, you know what? Why don't we do that the same day? You know what I'm saying? Like school visit and Whataburger, same day, bam, Brian. Email me. Let's get a date on the calendar. Tuesdays with Taylor continues. Oh, yeah. So now I'm at Colby Glass Elementary School, and that's in the Northside School District. I go to 4 elementary schools a year. And I stay at each one for their semester, which I think is 8 weeks, maybe 9. And I go on the announcements every Tuesday morning. I answer a meteorology question submitted by a student. I tell a joke submitted by a student. As long as it's appropriate, you know who you are, Hunter. No, kidding. But it's so much fun. I mean, I love being in the schools. And I saw this at Colby Glass, and I said, you've got to see this, because I was like, what's happening? It's a book vending machine. Is this genius? I mean, when I was in school, I'm getting the Snicker bars, I'm getting a bag of Cheetos. I'm doing nothing for my education. And here, these eager young minds are hitting a vending machine and getting knowledge out of the vending machine. Isn't that awesome? Look at that. Just rows of great books. That's what I'm talking about at Colby Glass. I love it, guys. I absolutely love it. All right, let's get to the tropics. We'll talk about this first. Got 2 systems that we're watching. Some rain would be nice, Ann. I tell you what, I'm doing great, Gina. How you doing tonight? Elodia, good to see you. Hello. Not cold front, Kathleen. I would say dry front. Well, at least, because we're going to start feeling humidity the next few days. And then this front's going to come in and we'll get the lower humidity just in time for the weekend. Yep, just held in the yawn. And again, I don't get it. I'm having the Starbucks coffee. Could it be the brand? I sure don't yawn in the morning like this. I mean, I yawn in the morning, but it's not like it's like drink the coffee and then start yawning. I don't know. All right, I'm doing great, Kelly. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Shell, what's going on? Happy Tuesday. Also, thank you for putting... Oh, yeah, a few days ago. And she wants treats. She's been asking. Lower humidity front. That's right, Patra. I think it's going to be just in time for the weekend, too, by the way. So we do have Tropical Depression number 12. Let me just make sure that hasn't been updated. And they're both close, because you can already see the other storm that's heading into the Caribbean has a good chance of becoming a cyclone. Yeah, still 12 on that tropical depression. 60 to 80 now. Okay, so instead of 40 to 70, now we're at 60 to 80 on those percentages of tropical cyclone development. So we'll be watching. Now, it did appear the early on, and you can already tell early on for the first system is the Caribbean. But I want you to notice how it's really not expected to take that right turn towards the Gulf or even the Atlantic for that matter. So the Bermuda High is probably going to be sandwiching this thing. Bermuda High sets up, as you'd expect, over Bermuda and the western Atlantic and really helps steer these systems farther south. The other factor is once we start getting cold fronts in Texas, and like I said, we're getting another one. It's a weak one later this week. A lot of systems, if they do get into the Gulf, are turned right, like you saw Ian take a hard right into Florida. It's really difficult once we get that first front south and we start getting the fronts to the coast for any storms to be moving west through the Gulf. what will happen for a Gulf storm that would affect Texas is conception, if you will, in the Bay of Campeche, off the Yucatan Peninsula and moving straight north, okay? And the timing would also have to be just right without a front coming in and helping steer it to a right turn for Louisiana, Mississippi, that kind of thing. With that said, I still believe that this forecast holding true with some of the synoptic steering currents, keeping this thing in the Caribbean and not taking that right turn. Gabriella, doing great. Thank you. How are you? Timothy, seriously, beautiful night for the park. You are so right. Why do people, don't forget though, parks are closed at sunset in San Antonio. Why do people with vertigo hate autumn? In case they have a bad fall. There it is. David, coming strong with meteorology humor. God bless you too, Kevin. Thank you, bro. Brian just got off work. Oh, thank you, Brian. Appreciate you. Here's to you. Hope it was a good night at work or day. All right. So there's the tropics. By the way, here's the list of names because, again, one of these two more than likely going to get a name, and it would be Julia next up. Now, I want to clarify something. Someone had brought up a good point. They said, hey, that's Tropical Depression 12. Why wouldn't it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? Lisa is the 12th named storm, right? Well, remember, we sometimes get tropical depressions that never become named storms. So a tropical depression fizzles out and never gets a name, so you move to the next tropical depression without ever using the name. So Julia's next and then Carl. So I think we'll actually see Julia and Carl out of those systems, just who gets what first, and Julia would be first. So today's rain, we'll show you current radar first. It's still active in West Texas, New Mexico tonight, and even still a few storms, I say storms, showers, deep South Texas, hanging on, near Laredo. So not too much around Eagle Pass, actually. But I'll back this up about 3 more hours. Let's go to a 6-hour loop, and you'll see a couple of the sprinkles made it up to about Tilden, not Carrizo Springs or not even Catula or Crystal City. I mean, it was all just a sprinkle or two, maybe Tilden and George West, and again, not measurable, and we won't see any of this tomorrow. This was the last of the Hurricane Orlene moisture. You remember the hurricane that was in the eastern Pacific went inland in Mexico, streamed some of this moisture in our direction. Well, let me show you vapor, and you'll get an idea that that moisture has been tapped out. I mean, we're done here. You can see nothing actually but dry air now pulling in from Mexico with that desert-like climate. But look between Phoenix and El Paso, and you'll see the next little upper-level feature. That's a little area of low pressure. See that little counterclockwise swirl right there, and you can see the storms blowing up on the eastern side, southeastern side of that low. Well, that's pushing in our direction, not saying it's bringing us a chance of rain. Not much of the rain will move much farther east than where you see it now. We'll probably see some cloud cover off that, but that's about it. We're not expecting rain. Air quality. In fact, we're not expecting any rain in the 7 to 10-day forecast. This got worse today. We were moderate yesterday, but today we slipped into unhealthy for sensitive groups, and that's the same for Austin. So that's going to be the elderly, the infants, anyone young. You're definitely going to have a little bit more breathing difficulty again tomorrow, because here it is, an ozone action day in effect for Wednesday. So this is what happens for San Antonio, New Braunfels, Bernie, Seguin, Floresville. Everyone shaded in gray is under the ozone action day tomorrow. Your VOCs are going to get cooked up with emissions and create bad ozone. So what you want to do is reduce emissions, okay? We can't do too much about the organic compounds of the atmosphere. They're there. But we can reduce emissions. So do what you can to spare the air tomorrow. Try not to cut the grass during daytime heating. That's the worst part. If you can just not cut the grass, it's great. Hold off until Thursday, wonderful. Refueling, hold off until Thursday. But if you must do those things tomorrow, make sure you're doing them early or real late. Try to do them outside of the daytime heat. Try to carpool. Try to avoid using a drive-through where your car sits and idles. All just tips on how to spare the air. All right, so humidity, I mentioned, is going to be coming back. East to southeast winds going to take our dew points up into the 60s through Friday. Then that dry front comes through for a breezy Saturday, lower humidity, beautiful weekend with 50s on dew points. That means comfortable feeling really good on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, Danny, I wish we could get some. No chance of rain. Want to take a shot at defining elderly? I do not, David. I don't. Hey, Brianna White, what's up? Good to see you. Son Elliot said good night. Good night, Elliot. Sleep with the angels too, Elliot. Thank you so much. Here's to Elliot. What a beautiful wish on a Tuesday night. Drinking at Pike's Place, you know it is, Jeremy. Hope all is well with you too and your family. Thank you, brother. Hi, Cynthia. Alan's birthday. Alan's birthday Sunday. Happy birthday. That's so awesome. You too, Hanak. There he is. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. All right, so yeah, tomorrow with lower humidity, but climbing, we'll check the comfort index, which actually showed some of the, look at that. It's in the early morning though, that we live in that ideal window. Look at that. All very early, cool and dry. Okay, so get up early and enjoy that. No, oh, that's right. The Weekend Peanut Festival down in Floresville. Perfect weather. Because the front's going to go through. It'll be breezy on Saturday. Saturday morning's a parade. But they're celebrating all things peanut in Floresville this weekend. Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, no, the weekend's in good shape. No rain in the forecast. In fact, look at this. 7 to 10 day forecast of rain. Look at, nothing. High pressure in control over Texas. That's why you see all precipitation on the outskirts of the state and outskirts of the highs influence. So you can see North Texas, West Texas. Well, North Texas is dry. West Texas will get some rain. In fact, I was saying this earlier today. I'm pretty sure some spots in West Texas got more rain this year than we did in San Antonio, which is very rare. Cynthia. I said it again. Hope all is going well. Cynthia de la Vega. Cheers. Luis, yeah, I know it, right? Perfect weather for some peanuts. Best peanut brittle you'll ever eat. Oh, get some peanut brittle in Floresville this weekend. All right, 7-day forecast time. Oh, you know what I want to do too before, real quick, just show you an update on the pollens. Not much of a change, but if you are feeling it, if you're new to the area, ragweed. It's getting my good friend Nate Ryan, our new sports guy. He's like, what's with the allergies? And I was like, bro, he started really feeling it when ragweed started picking up. Ragweed is kicking. So if allergies, and I feel it a little bit myself, it's definitely the ragweed. All right, 7-day forecast, not much of a change. Temperatures are going to actually climb a little above average, and that begins tomorrow. Pair of 8s, then closer to 90 Thursday, Friday, both, and then the front. So the atmosphere always warming up right before the front moves in, and the front's going to give us a breezy, cooler Saturday. Highs around 87, but a lot less humid, so it's going to be a wonderful feeling weekend. I'm hoping those weekend lows will get a little bit lower, mid-60s. They might, with clear. If we can clear the skies out, I bet you maybe 63 could be on par but no 50s yet, and unfortunately, no chance of rain. Cheers. Thank you. There's John. Victoria, doing great tonight, brother. God bless you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with all of you. Hope all is. Check in with Julie on what's coming up on Ken's 5 News at 10. I'm checking with Julie on what's coming up on Ken's 5 News at 10. We're checking with Julie. We're checking with Julie on what's coming up on Eyewitness News at 10. I thought I'd throw in a little stuttering.
A little stutter.
What do you think?
I loved it.
There's an old song, I'm trying to remember, where they did there was stuttering, not Benny and the Jets. Man, I wish I could remember, but they did a version without the stuttering, and it sounded so weird because it's a famous song. Help me, right?
And it wasn't Benny and the Jets?
It wasn't Benny.
Huh.
Benny, no.
Benny and the Jets, nothing, okay.
The Who, My Generation?
That's it. Yeah. Thank you. Because I knew it was a famous song. It was The Who, My Generation, talking about my generation. And they took it out, and it sounded so weird. They recorded one without it.
I've never heard that, though. I've never heard that song, so I wouldn't know.
I'm just glad you didn't say I've never heard of The Who.
I have. I
Yeah, I've
have.
heard of The Who.
Just not that song.
Right. Pete Townsend on guitar, Roger Daltrey. In fact, okay, great story. You ready for a little music trivia?
Go for it.
Famous band, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lead singer, I could even give you that and you probably won't know. Robert Plant,
No, sorry.
No? Okay. They get their band together, they play, and they ask. Keith Moon was the drummer for The Who. What do you think? And he said, oh, I don't think you're going to, I think the sound you have, you're going to drop faster than a lead balloon. And it was that comment that gave that band their name. Robert Plant, lead singer of
Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin. You've heard of Led Zeppelin.
I have. Okay.
But that's the story as to how they got their name. That Keith Moon said, you guys
That's
know
pretty cool.
you're going to drop faster than a lead balloon.
I was just thinking about Keith Moon the other day. We'll talk more about that offline.
Nice. A Keith Moon story from my good friend
Tom knows what's going on. Yeah.
Can't go wrong there.
You're
How
a
are
kid.
you, Julie?
I'm good. Great
I
on a
didn't
Tuesday.
mean to hijack your moment here. This is your segment,
Of course,
and it's flipped
but
into a rock and roll history lesson.
yeah. So thanks for that. Of course, I didn't know anything about those bands, but that's okay.
But now you do, and you're
There
learning.
you go.
See?
We're always
more you
learning
know.
something new.
The
Mhm.
more you know.
The more you know. But we're so happy to be here on a Tuesday. We have the whole team tonight. We have Henry, Matt, of course, ECs, and then we have Nate.
Nate Ryan in the
Nate
house.
Ryan, of course, doing sports for us tonight. Let's see. What do we have? We have the BC. Okay, it happened this morning. We do cover it. I really love this story. So they did a blessing of the BCSO animals. So it was canines and horses. Great stuff. Great
The blessing
video.
of the animals. I
Yes.
love it. And it was all the law enforcement animals, right?
Yes, it was.
Because I know that on St. Francis of Assisi Day,
Mm-hmm.
the priests will publicly bless all animals that you bring. You bring your pets.
Yes, Danny.
So that wasn't today.
Actually, I think it was. It might have been. I could be wrong. Danny, our Discovery Desk editor, he was saying that his wife took his pets
Oh.
up there. So I want to say it did happen
Then
today.
it did happen. Yeah. I didn't know if today
I've
was
never heard of that.
the day of St. Francis.
Yeah. How cool.
That's cool. Yeah, no, I love it. Blessings are always good.
I love that too. But we do have one more story. This is coming out of
We
Live
got a lot
Oak.
more than one more, I think.
You okay, for
Unless
sure.
do I have 12 minutes for weather tonight?
You have 12 minutes. You have 13 minutes for weather. Are you joking?
That feast
That
day
actually
is
happened
today.
at 4 o'clock.
Is it?
The feast day is today.
Aw, it is today.
today.
It is today.
Thank you, Jacob.
So we have that, but coming out of Live Oak, I didn't know about this either, but they have a scarecrow competition. So local businesses will basically like craft and style a scarecrow, and tomorrow they pick the winner, and we get to
they
take a
put it in
look.
their yard?
It's in front of. Let me see.
Or they put them all in one
It's
spot?
it's all in one spot, like
all in
in
one
downtown.
spot.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It is really neat. So we get to take a look at the
Scarecrow
pictures
contest.
and everything like that. I'm excited to see them.
Thank you, Christina. Good to see you. Jordanton to Rhode Island. Oh, Jody, I bet it's a nice night up on the island. Good for you. Eugene, all right, we're singing to Eugene on Friday night. Oh, I bet it's a nice night in Rhode Island, though. Good for you. Hey, Jen. Were you checking on something for us? What were you checking? I was saying some highs. I thought you said you were going to check what? Municipal complex. There it is. Oh, cool. So, can people vote? Oh. But we'll see all of them tonight. We'll see the entries. Okay. And speaking of voting, thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. Kens5.com/play and vote on the play of the week. Nate and Ryan will be looking. When do those polls close? Hey, Nate, when do the polls close? Midnight tonight. Is it a close race? Ooh. All right. As of 5 p.m., it was within 20 votes, according to our electorate here. So get on and vote. Hi, Vanessa. Yeah, just a brief 46 up in Rhode Island. Oh, my gosh. So we won't get that cold behind this front, but we'll get less humid. Let's put it that way. It's a not as hot front because it's going to get hot. Next few days, humidity, you're going to be like, what happened to fall? It's going to be feeling warmer, especially Friday. And then the front for a breezy Saturday, less humid with 87. I think those mornings might be a little bit cooler. I'm going to double check on those numbers and hope the best. But I would guarantee you at least it won't be much lower than, like, say, 63 or 64. But it'll feel good because the humidity will be so much lower over the weekend. All right, that wraps it up on this Tuesday night. Make sure to join us for Ken's 5 News at 10. I love you. God bless you. We'll see you at 10. Adios.